Your habits define you, not your motivation or your drive. I've been coaching national level swimming for the last 10 years. I won my first triathlon a few months ago, and this is the exact framework that I've used to get goal after goal, and I'm going to show you right now exactly how to use it. All the top athletes, all the top business people, all the top people in their field, they're not there because of talent. They are there because they have built the habits specifically to become the person they need to be. Let me show you how to stop missing that step right now. Okay, the very first thing is most people tend to focus on their goal, and that goal could be anything, could be business related or sports related. I'm going to keep it sports related. So we're going to go marathon, right? And they might even have a time. They might even have a goal time, or it might be to finish, right? Doesn't matter. And they see these goals and they go, right, I'm going to train. And they kind of go blindly into training. Maybe they even have a routine. But the key thing is, if you have a look at progress, normally, if you see the intensity of motivation, so that's the intensity of motivation there. Motivation goes really high, and then it goes really down, and then it kind of goes like this, and then close to the race, it starts going up again. And from here, it's already too late, right? So that's not the best way to go for a goal. The most important thing is we need to figure out who we want to be, right? Who we want to be. That is the most important question. If you don't know who you are becoming, if you don't know who you want to be, then your results aren't going to come. So from here, who you want to be. All right. One of the aspects of my life is I want to be a pro triathlete. There we go. Pro triathlete. Okay. If I want to be a professional triathlete, I need to make sure that the habits that I have match what is expected of a professional triathlete. If you want to be a business person, you have to make sure that you're matching the habits that is required to be a good business person. If you could put any goal you want, it doesn't even need to be goal related. You can just put who you want to be, because we all want to be better people. We all want to be more control of our emotions. We want less anxiety. We want all these things. Maybe it's just money. Think about the type of person who achieves these goals, okay? Then the results are going to follow, not the other way around. You can have a goal, and you should have a goal, but you need to start by thinking, who do I need to be this person? For me, one of the things is a pro triathlete. And here is step one. Step one is research. The most important thing, research. You need to research what habits it takes to achieve that goal, or be that person, not achieve the goal, be the person. What habits it takes to be that person. So a pro triathlete, right? You research into them, you see what their lives are like, and you go, right, they generally train for 20 hours, right? They train for 20 hours a week. What are some other things they do? They have great sleep, right? And what do their wake up and bedtimes look like, right? How many hours do they get? Do they get 10 plus hours? Because they need it for recovery, right? So that's their recovery. What else do they do for their recovery, right? Do they do sauna, right? Do they do yoga or stretching? Do they do meditation, right? You can even go, what else do they need? How's their nutrition? Okay. How's the nutrition for that? And what are they actually eating? What are they eating? How much are they eating? Right? All these things are very important that add up. Look how many things we've done. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 7. And that's just in 20 seconds of thinking there. There's a million more things that you could be putting down, right? The type of training up here, right? These are the things that you need to think about that are all pointing arrows back into this. All right? So you go, I need to make sure that my recovery is good. What's in recovery? Maybe I should start doing some meditation and sauna. What's the sleep like? Oh, maybe I should start getting 10 plus hours a night instead of going, I'm going to just sleep 5 hours and wonder why I'm not recovering, right? I need to train 20 hours, right, in order to keep up. Now, although it is not a standard, this is at least giving you some guidance so you know where you're going. And just as a reminder that your habits, I'll rub this out, your habits take 2 to 3 months to build. Your habits take 2 to 3 months to build. So you've got to be patient. And for a little bit of it, you got to remind yourself why you're doing this. And the bigger your why, the more motivated you're going to be to keeping these habits. And after 2 to 3 months, you're going to be able to do it effortlessly. So a lot of my swimmers ask me like, oh, how do you exercise for so long? How do you ride for 2 hours nonstop? And how do you do that every day? It's not because I'm crazy. It's because I have built that habit, and because I do it every single day, it's gotten a lot easier. And it's gotten easy for my mind to keep itself occupied and stay motivated during that time. All right. So make sure we're thinking about our goal and those researching what habits we need for the goal. The second part of this step is your identity. So we have to start thinking about what personality are the people that achieve this goal are like. So for example, if you're walking around with really slouched shoulders, your head is down, and you're not very confident, you're probably not going to be perceived as confident. So it's going to be hard for people to rely on you to be a public speaker. Now, it's something that everyone can work on. And the idea of this is you're not going to get this straight away. You're not going to be able to do everything straight away. But it's knowing what to work on and what to build off. So it's getting to where you want to be. So one of the things is personality, right? So what type of personality would want to be a pro triathlete? Well, they're always motivated, right? They have good drive. So motivation and drive, right? They have great focus, right? They are someone who, this personality can be anything. So this is just, you want to be kind to people, right? But you want to also be confident. So you want to be kind, you want to be confident. The next thing that we're going to talk about that's very important for achieving your goals is analysis. And I think most people don't do this enough or do it too much, and they obsess over it. And analysis for me looks like looking at all my workout stats to see progression, right? Looking at my workout stats to see progression. I make sure that my technique is there. So I'm looking at technique, right? I'm looking at the professionals, right? But in the business world, you can go, oh, what numbers are the other company doing and how are they doing it? I'm not a business person. I'm an athlete, but analysis is going to help absolutely everybody. So make sure you're analyzing your work compared to others, but make sure it doesn't get in your head and you go to comparison. You don't want to compare yourself too much. You want to compare yourself enough to go, okay, these are the things that I need to improve on, but you don't want to go, oh, I'm really bad, okay? So always have a good self-positive talk about that. So that's the third one, analysis. Now, I want you to replace my goal with your goal. We're going to think about the 3 things, which the first thing was research. Second thing was identity. Third thing was analysis. And all these things come together and they build the habits. And watch that as it just makes your goals expand. Okay, so we need those 3 things: research, identity, analysis. 3 things. Do it, write it down, keep it in your head, watch it, work towards it, and your goals are gonna come much faster. If you enjoyed this video, let me know who you're trying to become and what goals you have in the comments, and I'll have a read of it. And if you like this video, there's another video on the screen that I think you'll enjoy. My name's Tim Goddard, and I'll see you on the next one.